Returning back to the curve editor, there's another advantage of using the curve editor. Let's say, for instance, this is a rim here that's going to be on a car. And we'll just throw a number out there. Our animation is going to be about 1,000 frames. Now, we want to animate the wheel spinning. And that's a simple move here. We just hit Auto key, go out to 5, and I'll rotate it approximately 90 degrees. Okay. Now at this point you could also go back, edit, undo, turn on your angle snap toggle, and do an exact 90 degrees. Then I want to say at frame 10, it's going to go another 90 degrees in this direction. Then 15, 90 degrees. And then 20, it's going to return back to its original part. Now, if I was having to animate this for, say, 1,000 frames, I would have to go in every 5 frames and actually apply the rotation. Right now, what happens is it just rotates for the first 360 degrees and then it stops. Well, to go in and re-keyframe this for the entire duration would be a waste of time. We want to be able to take these sets of keyframes and reapply them to the remainder of the animation, so this wheel will keep spinning the whole time. Now we can't just highlight keyframes, right click and hit copy. It doesn't work that way. We have to physically go in and use the curve editor to do that. Now we're going to use a curve editor for 2 different things, and I'm going to open up the main curve editor so we can take a look at our animation. And the first thing we're going to see here is that our point A to point B is not a straight line. That means that as this thing's rotating, it's not rotating consistent or constant. So we can do a little bit of adjusting here, coming into these various points and trying to straighten them out a bit. Notice how at the very ends of the animation it tries to curve them a little. So now if we're a little straighter, the wheel will appear to be moving at a constant velocity, which is what wheels should be doing. All right, so by making that as close to a straight line as possible, we could also go in and I believe using these various points would help straighten that out a bit. Doesn't appear to be doing much at this point. But now that we have this, what we want to do is pretty much take this line and create a copy through here. To do that, we go up to the word controller. Under controller, we use the out of range types. Here you can obviously see there are different sets of ways to do this, but to make something loop through, we use the word loop and hit OK. Now what it's done is it's copied that animation and it's set it up to continuously do it. Now there's a little bit of variation in here, but it's not going to be enough to notice. We can close the curve editor, and now when I look at my preview here, even though I only have keyframes up to 20, I'm going to preview the whole animation. Notice the wheel keeps spinning all the way through the duration of my animation. So the curve editor can be used to help repeat certain motions that would take much more time to animate by adding keyframes in, where it's just copying the keyframes, so to say, and making it so that you can have a constant animation. Now the flaw of this is that you can't just make it run to 65, stop for a while, and then restart. When you go back into the curve editor, there's really no way of deleting just one part, at least not yet. Okay, maybe when we get into animation 2 we'll experiment more with that curve editor, but that is a curve editor, and it has several different advantages. Hopefully you can find one in your projects today.